Hello students, welcome to AffairsCloud. My name is Vikas. So friends, we have an application by the name Careers Cloud which you can go and download through the Play Store. And once you have downloaded, you can log in with your Gmail ID. And why I am suggesting you this application, because this is the one-stop solution for all the current affairs. This is the best of the best application and the platform where you can enhance your learning through help. Here you will be provided with multiple courses. Here you will be provided with multiple options of quizzes, and even you will be provided current affairs on daily basis. PDFs and quizzes will be provided to you on daily basis, both in Hindi as well as English. Here you will be provided current affairs with weekly basis and monthly basis also. Here remember, once you have done watching our video, then you can log in through this application, take out the PDF, read that PDF and go through the quizzes. That will enhance your preparation. Same you have to do for weekly and same you have to do for the monthly also. In monthly you will be provided with the top 100 important questions PDF and video also, that will enhance your learning, and it will be a very beneficial and important video for the revision perspective. And not just this friends, apart from this we also provide you banking and economic questions. We provide you state current affairs such as of Uttarakhand, UP, Tripura, Telangana, and many more. Not just this, apart from this, we also provide you topic wise current affairs, and the topics that we are providing you are really important. These topics are such as national affairs, international affairs, important days, sports, defense, science and technology, apps and web portals, obituary. These are the important topics that are being asked in various exams across India. So these are the topics that are must and should be covered and will be beneficial for the preparation of the students.
Hello everyone. So in this video we will be discussing important current affairs of the 4th week of August month. This will be a quite good revision for all of you. So let's start. First question is, which state government has recently released Mayhem Biodiversity Atlas, that is the India's first village atlas. So we are talking about India's first village atlas. Correct? What is it? Mayhem Biodiversity Atlas. Right, first thing, remember this. All right, it is important. Now the question asked is that which state government has released it? It was released by Goa state government. Who is the chief minister here? Pramod Sawant. He recently released this Mayhem Biodiversity Atlas, that is the first village atlas. Then apart from this, a poster and a logo was also released during this. Then the Biodiversity Atlas, this is a document of almost 250 pages. This tells about various floras and faunas. What are these floras and faunas? Floras are the species of flowers, and faunas, these are the species of animals. Correct? So this particular atlas talks about the various biodiversity of flora and fauna in a particular village of Mayhem. Right? What is the name of the village here? Remember, Mayhem. Correct? So that is the name. It was named Mayhem Biodiversity Atlas, and it is located in Goa. Next, in which city NHA, National Health Authority, launched India's first Ayushman Bharat Digital Mission microsite? So which is it? It is your Aizawl, Mizoram. Right? NHA, National Health Authority, they have launched India's first Ayushman Bharat Digital Mission microsite. Right? What is this microsite? Microsites are those setups that are small in size. Right? They are medium scale healthcare facilities such as your clinics, hospitals, right, nursing homes, etc. And these hospitals that are less than 10 beds. So NHA has recently launched India's first Ayushman Bharat Digital Mission microsite. And where was this launched? In Aizawl, Mizoram. Correct? And with this, Mizoram, Aizawl, Mizoram, or Mizoram state became the first state in India to operationalize Ayushman Bharat Digital Mission microsite. And if it asked about city, it is your Aizawl. Correct? Next, Union Minister Rajnath Singh, who is our Minister of Defense, has set up a 9-member committee of experts that was headed by K. Vijay Raghavan. So this 9-member committee that was set up by our Minister of Defense Rajnath Singh, correct, and this committee was headed by K. Vijay Raghavan. What is the aim of this committee? And this is important. It is to maintain and redevelop, or basically to have some changes to review and redefine various roles in department of DRDO. Correct? I repeat, this 9-member committee was tasked to review and redefine the roles of various departments in DRDO. This committee will be headed by whom? K. Vijay Raghavan. Right? And remember, K. Vijay Raghavan, he was one of the key architects of NRF, that is your National Research Foundation. Next, which bank has recently collaborated with Marriott International to launch India's first co-branded hotel credit card, right? So this co-branded hotel credit card will be launched by HDFC Banks in tie-up with Marriott International, right? And this card aims to basically enhance your travel experience to provide various exclusive benefits, rewards, correct? So it is your HDFC Bank. Next, who has been recently named as the national icon for voter awareness and education for Election Commission of India? He will be your Sachin Tendulkar, right? Important question. He has been named as the national icon, right? Because he was so famous cricketer, right? Every Indian knows about Sachin Tendulkar, right? So he was recently appointed as the national icon for Election Commission of India. It is basically to educate people about educate people and to encourage people to vote during the elections that will be held in 2024, right? So for that reason he was appointed as the national icon. And what will be the term here? It will be for 3 years, right? If we talk about Sachin Tendulkar, he was honored with Bharat Ratna in 2014, Padma Vibhushan in 2008, Padma Shri in 1999, and he was also honored with Rajiv Gandhi Khel Ratan Award in 1997 and with Arjuna Award in 1994, right? These are the awards that you need to remember. Next, name the country that has recently unveiled Mohajer 10, the new domestically built attack drone, right? That is a unmanned combat aerial vehicle, UCAV. What is your UAV? It was your unmanned aerial vehicle, and this is your UCAV, that is your unmanned combat aerial vehicle, right? So which country has unveiled this Mohajer 10? It was unveiled by Iran. Correct? This is their new domestically built attack drone, right? And this was with enhanced capabilities. The drone was unveiled in the presence of the Iranian president, correct? And it is Mohajer 10. Next, then tell me, recently how many tiger reserves are there in India and where was the last? So it was in Rajasthan, and India has a total of 54 tiger reserves in India, right? And it was NTCA, National Tiger Conservation Authority, that has approved the 54 tiger reserve in Rajasthan. Then which state or which city secured the first position in Swachh Vayu Sarvekshan 2023? It is Indore, right? Then apart from this, tell me, recently 6th National Conference on E-Governance where was held? Where? It was held in Indore. 6th National Conference on E-Governance. Then next, tell me, recently which state has emerged as the top state in the Nutrition Awareness Index? So in the Nutrition Awareness Index, it is your Punjab that secured the top position. Then which state has recently issued notification banning plastic water bottles? Banning of the plastic water bottles. So they were banned by which state? It was banned by Assam government, correct? Next, tell me, recently which organization has developed India's first catalyst to curb NOx emissions from power plants? So which is it? It is your BHEL. They have developed India's first catalyst to curb the nitrous oxides emissions in the power plants. Next, which among the following is correct with respect to Chandrayaan 3 developed by ISRO as of August 2023? So if we look at the option here, all the options are correct here. India has successfully landed Chandrayaan 3 near the moon's south pole using Vikram lander module. Then with this successful landing, India became the 4th country to soft land on the moon and first country to land on the south pole of the moon at 70° latitude. The mission life of LM, that is your lander module Vikram, and rover is 1 lunar day, that is approximately 18 Earth days, and their landing site prime is 4 into 2.4 kilometer, and this is the coordinate mentioned here. Correct? Next, name the aircraft or helicopter that has recently test fired Astra indigenous state of the art beyond visual range BVR air to air missile of the coast of Goa. So what is the name of this? It is LCA Tejas, correct? Using this light combat aircraft Tejas, right, recently Astra indigenous state of the art missile was test fired. It was an air to air missile and it was tested off the coast of Goa. Next remember, this is developed by whom? This Astra missile is designed and developed by whom? It is being designed and developed by Defense Research and Development Laboratory and Research Center Imarat and other laboratories of DRDO. Next, Indian American statistician and mathematician Dash, who won Padma Vibhushan in 2001 in the field of science and engineering, passed away recently. So C.R. Rao, who is an Indian American statistician and mathematician who recently passed away. He was also awarded International Prize in Statistics in the year 2023, correct? And he worked in the India at the Indian Statistical Institute for more than 40 years. Then apart from this, he was honored with Padma Bhushan in 1968 and Padma Vibhushan in 2001 in the field of science and engineering. Then he was also awarded with Shanti Swarup Bhatnagar Award in 1963, right? And India Science Award in 2009. Next, CCI has imposed a penalty of dash on Platinum Trust, Abu Dhabi Global Market and TPG Upswing with regard to their stake acquisition in UPL Sustainable Agriculture Solutions Limited, right? So how much penalty has been imposed by CCI? 55 lakh rupees, correct? It is on the Platinum Trust and the TPG Upswing, on the Platinum Trust and TPG Upswing. This is with their regard, this is regard to their stake acquisition in UPL Sustainable Agriculture Solution Limited, which is a part of UPL Group. Next, name the company that recently collaborated with ARCI and to produce the product lithium ferrous phosphate. I repeat, company that tied up with ACRI here is Altman Private Limited, right? So remember, ACRI, that is your International Advanced Research for Center for Powder Metallurgy and New Materials, correct, which works under the Union Ministry of Science and Technology. They have collaborated with Altman Private Limited and has come out with the maiden product lithium ferrous phosphate, that is LPF. What is this? Lithium ferrous phosphate, correct? This product is used in the manufacturing of advanced lithium ion cells that will help the electric vehicles industry and other industries appliances that will be using lithium ions grow, right? Lithium ion batteries are also used in your phones, correct? Then you will be seeing electric vehicles and other parts also lithium ion is used. Next, DAC, Defense Acquisition Council, granted acceptance of necessity for capital acquisition proposals worth around 7,800 crore rupees to enhance the operational capabilities of the Indian Armed Forces, and it is to enhance the efficiency of the Indian Air Force. Here DAC granted AON for the procurement and installation of an electronic warfare suite on Mi-17 V5 military helicopter, which will also enhance the better survivability of the helicopters, correct? Next, apart from this, DAC has also approved for the procurement of 7.62 by 51 mm light machine gun and a bridge lying tank, correct? So coming back, DAC granted acceptance of necessity, that is AON. It is for the capital acquisition proposal worth around 7,800 crore rupees, and it was to enhance the operational capabilities of the Indian Armed Forces. This year for 2023, India is having the presidency, right? Then for the year 2024, presidency will be with Mexico of G20, right? Then next line, if I ask you which state, or let me tell you, Maharashtra recently signed a memorandum with Germany's Professional Association Football Bundesliga, right? And they signed this MOU with Bundesliga in order to promote football among the youth in their state, and they are also planning to launch a team-based event under 14 years of age players, correct? Then next is G20 One Health workshop was inaugurated, where it was inaugurated in Bangalore. Then recently, Nitin Gadkari has launched world's first 100% ethanol fueled car, correct, in New Delhi, and that is your Toyota Innova. Then tell me which country is hosting the first Karnataka Culture Festival. It is being hosted in Sri Lanka. Next, which among the following are correct with respect to the Philippine Coast Guard's official visit to India? So remember, a team of 5 members recently visited India. They were from Philippine Coast Guard. The team was led by Admiral Artimo Manalo Abu, who is the commandant of Philippine Coast Guard and was on an official tour to India. So yes, option A is correctly mentioned here. B, ICG signed an MOU with PCG to enhance maritime cooperation. B is also correct. C, Admiral Radhakrishan Hari Kumar, who is the Chief of Naval Staff, Chief Naval of the Naval Staff of Indian Navy, and Admiral Artemio Manalo Abu, who is the commandant of PCG, signed the standard operating procedure for the execution of wide shipping information between Indian Navy and Philippines Coast Guard. So is C option correct? Yes, option C is also rightly mentioned. Remember, ICG and PCG, correct? They together recently held their first ever bilateral meeting on the range of maritime issues in Goa, and Indian Coast Guard signed a memorandum of understanding with PCGR on enhanced maritime cooperation. Next, which among the following are correct with respect to Naval Exercise Malabar 2023 held in August? This exercise is held by Quad countries, right? This was the 27th edition of this exercise that was held of Naval Exercise Malabar, that was held at the east coast of Australia off Sydney. It was between Indian Navy, US Navy, Japan Maritime Self-Defense Force and Royal Australian Navy. So yes, option A is correct. Second, INS Tarkash, INS Surat and PA Maritime Patrol aircraft are representatives from India in this exercise. So no, the answer is wrong here because it was INS Shadri, right? INS Shadri, INS Kolkata, right? They were, and Petro PA Maritime Patrol aircraft were the representatives from India. So INS Shadri and INS Kolkata took part in this exercise. Then B is wrong here. Option C, Indian Navy's INS Wazir and the 5th Kalavari class submarine set new records for the longest deployment of Scorpion class submarine covering 7,000 km to reach Australia for joint military exercise. So yes, option C is rightly mentioned here. This year for 2023, India is having the presidency, right? Then for the year 2024, presidency will be with Mexico of G20, right? Then next line, if I ask you which state, or let me tell you, Maharashtra recently signed a memorandum with Germany's Professional Association Football Bundesliga, right? And they signed this MOU with Bundesliga in order to promote football among the youth in their state, and they are also planning to launch a team-based event under 14 years of age players, correct? Then next is G20 One Health workshop was inaugurated where? It was inaugurated in Bangalore. Then recently Nitin Gadkari has launched world's first 100% ethanol fueled car, correct, in New Delhi, and that is your Toyota Innova. Then tell me which country is hosting the first Karnataka Culture Festival. It is being hosted in Sri Lanka. Next, SEBI mandated additional disclosures from foreign portfolio investors that have concentrated holding in a single company or a group firm with effective from 1st of November. FPIs, these are your foreign portfolio investors with over 50% in Indian equity asset under management in a single corporation, get 10 days to reduce their holding, followed by the further ownership disclosures, right? Any FPI with equity AUM exceeding 25,000 crore rupees have 90 days to reduce their holdings, correct? And any individual, any FBI with over 50% of Indian equity and AUM in a single corporate group gets 10 days to reduce their holdings, right? So right option here becomes option 2. Next, which among the following are incorrect with respect to 69th National Film Award announced in August 2023? From all the options, remember, just option 5 is wrong here because RRR, a Telugu film directed by SS Rajamouli, has won 8 awards. So is it correct? So no. Remember, RRR, a Telugu film directed by SS Rajamouli, has won most number of award, that is 6. Correct? And it was during the 69th National Filmfare Award. If we look at the option ABC, all are rightly mentioned here. Here, actor Allu Arjun became the first Telugu actor to win a national award under the Best Actor category, and then Best Actress award was shared by Alia Bhatt for Gangubai and Kriti Sanon for Mimi. Then Rocketry, the Nambi Fact directed by R. Madhavan, has won the Best Feature Film award under Swarna Kamal award for the feature film. Then Kashmiri Files directed by Vivek Ranjan Agnihotri won the Nargis Dutt award for the best film on national integration. Only option 5 is wrong here. Next, which among the following tennis player has been recently appointed as the ambassador of Infosys Limited? So remember, Rafael Nadal and Iga Swiatek, they both have been appointed as the ambassador of Infosys Limited, right? And remember here, Infosys and Rafael Nadal, they came into a 3 years partnership here, and this marks the first ever collaboration with the digital service company of Rafael Nadal, right? So right option here becomes option 5. Next, which among the following are correct with respect to International Chess Federation World Chess Cup 2023 held in Azerbaijan in July and August? If we look at the option, all these 3 options are rightly marked here. Remember, Norwegian Grandmaster world number 1 player Magnus Carlsen has won the first ever International Chess Federation World Cup title, correct, by defeating R. Pragnanda in the finals of the FIDE World Cup 2023, right? This was the 10th edition, remember, right? And this was held from 29th to 24th of August, from 29th of July to 24th of August in Baku, Azerbaijan. And R. Pragnanda became the first Indian since Vishwanath Anand to reach the Chess World Cup final in 2002. Also, R. Pragnanda, he is 18 years of age and is the 3rd youngest player to qualify for this event after Carlsen and GM Bobby Fischer. Next, BCCI awarded the title sponsorship rights to which bank? To IDFC First Bank, and it is for 235.2 crore rupees. I repeat, BCCI has recently awarded the sponsorship rights for the BCCI international and domestic home matches to banking company IDFC First. According to the sources, IDFC First will pay 4.2 crore rupees per match, which will translate to 235.2 crore rupees for 56 matches, right? The base price for the title sponsor rights was 2.4 crore rupees per match, which worked out to rupees 134.4 crore for the 3-year period, right? So right option here is, it is your IDFC First Bank. So BCCI recently awarded the title sponsorship rights to IDFC First Bank for 235.2 crore rupees. Next is, which company has recently raised $200 million and became the first unicorn of 2023? It is Zapto, right? It is a quick commerce platform, right? And they have raised $200 million in a Series E funding round at a valuation of $1.4 billion valuation, and it becoming the only Indian startup to turn a unicorn in 2023 and 110th unicorn of India so far, that is Zapto. Next, which government of India office or authority has recently launched Trinetra, an indigenously developed cyber threat detection and resolution system? It is C. Right? CDOT, that is your C. Center for Development of Telematics, right? On the occasion of the 40th Foundation Day of C. That is on 25th of August, right? Recently, C.'s Trinetra was launched. It was launched by Devusena Chauhan. This C.'s Trinetra is an indigenously developed cyber threat detection system. I repeat, this Trinetra, what is it? It is a cyber threat detection and resolution system, right? During this, remember, a conference that was centered on AI and machine learning was also organized by C. So what is this Trinetra in short terms? If we see, Trinetra is a system that was developed for cyber threat detection and resolution. Next, in which city G20 Trade and Investor Ministers Meet was held in August 2023? So tell me, where in which city the group of 20 Trade and Investment Ministers Meet was held? It was held in Jaipur, Rajasthan. Correct? Important. And this meeting was led by whom? It was led by Piyush Goyal. Next, Name the statutory body that has recently collaborated with Innovation Cell of Ministry of Education to launch the 6th edition of Smart India Hackathon. So it is AICTE, that is your All India Council of Technical Education, right? So remember, Ministry of Education's Innovation Cell, they have tied up with whom? AICTE, correct? And they have announced the launch of the 6th edition of the Smart India Hackathon 2023. Right? This Smart India Hackathon is a nationwide initiative to provide students with a platform that will address various challenges. Various problem sets will be provided to them and they have to solve them according to the problem set they will choose. Then this will be launched in two categories, that is your SIH, that is your Smart India Hackathon for junior, and SIH for senior. It is from class 6 to 12th and it is for higher education institutes such as your graduate, postgraduate or philosophy. Next, RBI has increased the upper limit for offline transactions to rupees 500 rupees, that was earlier 200 rupees. Like if you remember, through the UPI Lite feature you were able to pay even without the internet up to 200 rupees, correct? But now this limit has been extended till rupees 500. Also for a particular day the limit was set at 2000 rupees and now also the limit for the particular day is 2000 rupees only. Next, RBI sanctioned the scheme of voluntary amalgamation of Akola Merchant Cooperative Bank Limited with Dash Cooperative Bank. So remember, recently RBI they sanctioned scheme of voluntary amalgamation of Akola Merchant Cooperative Bank Limited with whom? With Jalgaon People's Cooperative Bank Limited. The authority has sanctioned under the subsection 4 of section 44A with section 56 of the Banking Regulation Act of 1949. This scheme of amalgamation of them will come into force with effect from 28th of August. Next, which payments bank has recently collaborated with Frontier Markets and MasterCard Center for Inclusive Growth to launch She Leads Bharat Udyam, right? It is your which payment bank? Airtel Payment Bank, correct? So Frontier Markets, that is a social commerce platform, they have collaborated with whom? They have collaborated with Airtel Payment Bank and the MasterCard Center for Inclusive Growth, and they have launched an initiative that is She Leads Bharat Udyam. The announcement was made on the first edition of the Asia Inclusive Growth Forum. This particular initiative, that is She Leads Bharat Udyam, aims to elevate more than 1 lakh women-owned small businesses in the state of Rajasthan and Uttar Pradesh. So question can be asked that this She Leads Bharat Udyam, this initiative will be helping the women of which state? It will be helping the women-led small businesses of Rajasthan and Uttar Pradesh. Next, PM Narendra Modi declared that dash of every year will be observed as the National Space Day in India to commemorate soft landing of Chandrayaan 3 on the moon. So it is 23rd of August, right? PM Modi declared that 23rd of August every year will be observed as National Space Day. Reason being because on 23rd of August Chandrayaan 3 landed on the moon, correct? And remember, apart from this, the lunar surface or the point at which the moon lander of Chandrayaan 3 was landed will be known as Shiv Shakti point, correct? Also, the point on the moon where Chandrayaan 2 was crashed will be named as Tiranga point, right? Next, which company along with Abu Dhabi National Oil Company has recently taken part in the first ever crude oil transaction under the newly implemented local currency settlement system? It is your Indian Oil Corporation Limited, correct? The first ever crude oil transaction under the newly implemented local currency settlement system took place between Abu Dhabi National Oil Company and Indian Oil Corporation Limited. The transaction involved the sale of about 1 million barrels of crude oil. Both Indian rupees and UAE dirhams were used for the transaction here. Next, which company has recently signed a contract with the Ministry of Defence to acquire 5 indigenously built FSS, that is your fleet support ships for the Indian Navy worth 19,000 crore rupees? It is your Hindustan Shipyards Limited, correct? So remember, Ministry of Defence has signed a contract with Hindustan Shipyards Limited, that is in Visakhapatnam, Andhra Pradesh. It is for the acquisition of 5 fleet support ships for the Indian Navy that are worth 19,000 crore rupees. This FSS, that is your fleet support ship, will be built with a length of 225 meters and a width of 32 meters and will have a displacement of 44,000 tons. Next, which of the following points are correct with respect to the 6th census on minor irrigation scheme released in August 2023? If we look at the options here, option A and B are correct. Just C is wrong here. C is saying, as per the report, Gujarat holds the largest number of minor irrigation schemes in India. So no, it is not Gujarat. Actually, it is your Uttar Pradesh that holds the largest number of minor irrigation schemes in India. If we look at option A, Ministry of Jal Shakti, that comes under the Department of Water Resources, River Development and Ganga Rejuvenation, has released the report on the 6th census on minor irrigation schemes. So yes, option A is right. B, 23.14 million minor irrigation schemes have been reported in India, out of which 21.93 million are groundwater and 1.21 million are surface water schemes. Correct? Next, which among the following are incorrect with respect to the 15th BRICS, that is Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa Summit held in August? So, Prime Minister Narendra Modi visited Johannesburg, South Africa from 22nd to 24th of August to attend this 3-day long summit. That was the 15th edition of the BRICS Summit. Correct? And so option A is right here. Option B and C. Question asked here is, which among the following is incorrect here, right? So option A is correct. B is also correct here. But if we look at the option C, it is wrongly mentioned here that the Indian Prime Minister gifted a pair of Surahi from Gujarat to South Africa President Jacob Zuma and Assam shawl to his wife, the First Lady of South Africa. So remember, it is correct that Prime Minister Narendra Modi gifted a pair of Surahi that was from Telangana, right? That was not from Gujarat. And remember, apart from this, who is the president here? Not Jacob Zuma, Cyril Ramaphosa, correct? And Nagaland shawl, not Assam shawl, a Nagaland shawl to his wife, the First Lady of South Africa, correct? So option C is wrongly mentioned here. Then next, which among the following are correct with respect to the visit of Prime Minister of India Narendra Modi to Greece in August 2023? All the 3 options are rightly mentioned here. Katerina Skalepoulou, who President of Greece, has been honored Prime Minister Narendra Modi with the Grand Cross of the Order of Honor. With this, he became the first Indian Prime Minister to receive this Grand Cross of the Order of Honor. So yes, option A is correct. B, PM Modi highlighted India and Greece's plan to double the bilateral trade between India and Greece by 2030 and also announced an agreement in the field of agriculture production. So yes, option B is also correct. C, India and Greece, they have decided to strengthen their bilateral relations into a strategic partnership for the benefit of the people of India and Greece. So yes, option C is also right here. Correct? Then remember the bilateral trade between India and Greece, it stood at $2 billion in 2022 to 2023. Next, Indian Air Force contingent is participating in exercise Bright Star, that is a biennial multilateral tri-service exercise that was held where? What is the location? It was held in Egypt. Correct? And it was from 27th of August to 16th of September. The Indian Air Force contingent will consist of 5 MiG-29, 2 IL-78, 2 C-130 and 2 C-17 aircraft. Correct? So right option here is option 4. Next, which among the following are correct with respect to the 7th Assembly of the Global Environment Facility held in August 2023? Among these, option B and C are correct here. Only option A is wrong. That is, the government of France hosted this 7th Assembly of the Global Environment Facility. It was in the Vancouver Convention Center in Vancouver, British Columbia. Correct? So option A is mentioned wrong here. Correct? Important. Then B and C, they both are correct here. That is the Global Environment Facility. Next is, which bank along with Maptrasco has recently completed the first live transaction of electronic bills of lending for shipment between Singapore and India? It is your DBS Bank. Correct? DBS Bank, that was formerly known as Development Bank of Singapore. They, in collaboration with Maptrasco, this is a Singapore-based commodities trader, they have completed the first live transaction of electronics bill of trade lending, that is EBL. Correct? And it is for the shipments between India and Singapore. Then this transaction was implemented with the Trade Trust Framework. Trade Trust Framework, that is an initiative by the Infocom Media Development Authority and supported by Enterprise Singapore. With this first shipment, business in Singapore and India can now access the benefit of the Trade Trust Network via their preferred Trade Trust enabled platforms. Next, Emerson was re-elected as the president of Zimbabwe for second term for 5 years. Right? Emerson Mnangagwa, who is the president of Zimbabwe, has been re-elected for the second term for 5 years. That is from 2023 till 2028. Then remember, he is also known for his ruthlessness as the crocodile. Next, which among the following are correct with respect to the Total Energies Badminton World Federation World Cup Championship held in Royal Arena in Copenhagen, Denmark? So, which among the following is correct here? Option A and C are correct. That is, Kulnavut Vitidrasan of Thailand has won the men's single title, and NC Young of South Korea has won the women's single title in the finals. We are talking about the Total Energies Badminton World Federation World Championship 2023 held in Copenhagen, Denmark from 21st to 27th of August. Right? And from India, remember HS Pranoy. HS Pranoy won the bronze medal in the men's singles category here. Right? Next, which among the following are correct with respect to the World Athletics Championship 2023 held in August? Option A, B, C, all of them are correct. If we look at option A, 2020 Tokyo Olympic gold medalist Neeraj Chopra has won the gold medal here in the men's javelin throw with a 88.17 meter throw. Option B, Indian men's 4x400 relay team has finished in the 5th in the finals, and India's men's 4x400 relay team also set an Asian record in the men's 4x400 relay event in qualifying round by taking 2 minutes 59.05 seconds and surpassed Japan's earlier record. Correct? So all these three options are right here. Apart from this, India's Parul Chaudhary finished 11th in the finals of the women's 3000 meter steeplechase, and India's Jashwin Aldrin finished 11th in the men's long jump final with 7.77 meter jump. Next is, which IIT has recently appointed Kanwaljit Singh Dillon as the chairperson of Board of Governors? It is your IIT Mandi. Correct? Lieutenant General retired Kanwaljit Singh Dillon has been appointed as the chairperson of IIT Mandi. Correct? And he has been appointed here for 3 years. The appointment has come into effect from 25th of August. Next, interesting thing about Lieutenant General is that he commanded the 15 corps during the Pulwama IED blast in the Balakot airstrike and the abrogation of Article. Next is Pradhanmantri Jan Dhan Yojna, a national mission for financial inclusion, completed 9 years of successful implementation on 28th of August. So option 2 is correct here. This Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojna is to ensure access to financial services such as your basic saving and deposit accounts, credit, insurance and pension in an affordable manner to all the households in India. Correct? Next, PM Modi addressed the Business 20 Summit India that was held in New Delhi. Correct? And the question asked here is, what is the theme of B20 India 2020? It was RAISE, and I have told you to take a note. It is Responsible, Accelerated, Innovative, Sustainable, Equitable Business. RAISE is the full form for your Business 20 Summit. Correct? And it was addressed by Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Then remember, at this 54 recommendations and 154 recommendations and 172 policy actions were taken for the G20. Correct? Next, in August, Nitin Gadkari, Minister of Road Transport and Highways, launched the world's first prototype of BS6 Stage 2 compliant electrified flex fuel vehicle. So, which company developed the electrified flex fuel vehicle? It was developed by Toyota Kirloskar Motor Private Limited. Correct? It is the world's first prototype of the BS6 Stage 2 compliant electrified flex fuel vehicle, that is Toyota. This question can be also asked that it is of which company. It is Toyota Innova. Correct. What is the variant? High Cross. Right. And this is also India's first flex fuel electrified vehicle that can run either electric mode or 100% ethanol. Then this is also in line with India's target to increase the ethanol blending in petrol by 20% by 25-26. Next, President of India Draupadi Murmu has released a commemorative 100 rupees silver coin that features the image of Nandamurai Taraka Rama Rao, that is, and he is the former Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh, correct, and President of India. She recently released the coin to mark the 100th birth anniversary of him. He was a legendary Indian actor and a former Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh. This coin is 44 millimeter in diameter. It is 50% silver, 40% copper, 5% nickel, and your 5% zinc. Right. Next, name the bank that has recently launched Infinity Savings Account, a first of its kind fully digital fixed fee based saving account with no paperwork or branch visits. It is Axis Bank, right? Axis Bank is the bank that has recently launched an Infinity Saving Account that is a first of its kind fully digital fixed fee savings account with no paperwork or any branch visit. Any Indian resident who is 18 pure plus years of age and above with the initial funding of 5,000 rupees can also open this account. Next, name the bank that has recently launched Infinity Saving Account, a first of its kind fully digital fixed fee based saving account with no paperwork or branch visit. It is your Axis Bank, correct? Any Indian resident with 18 plus years of age and initial funding of 5,000 rupees can open this bank account. Next, which among the following are correct with respect to 46th annual general meeting of Reliance Industries Limited held in August? If we look at the option, all these three options are correct here. Reliance Jio is all set to launch Jio Air Fiber. It is a new fixed wireless access interest service for homes and offices. It will be launched on 19th of September, so correct. Isha Ambani, Akash Ambani and Anant Ambani were appointed as the non-executive directors on the board of RIL. So yes, and RIL will set up 100 compressed biogas plants to convert agri-waste into gas. So yes, option 3 is also correctly mentioned here. Also, Reliance has become the India's largest bio-energy producer. Next, which among the following points are correct with respect to the winners of India Smart Cities contest announced by the Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs? If we look at the option A, B, C, option A and B are correct, but C is wrong here. If we look at C, it was not Delhi, it was actually Chandigarh, right? That has been awarded the best UT award, and Ahmedabad took the top spot for built environment in the project awards category. So yes, correct. Right option is A and B. And if we look at A, Indore in Madhya Pradesh topped National Smart City Award, followed by Surat and Agra in second and third respectively. And Madhya Pradesh has topped the state award, followed by Tamil Nadu in the second place. Right? And this was the 4th edition of India Smart Cities contest that was launched in April. Right? And it was during the Smart Cities Smart Urbanization event that was held in Surat, Gujarat. Next is who has recently won the F1 Heineken Dutch Grand Prix 2023. So Max Verstappen, who drives for Red Bull, has recently won Heineken Dutch Grand Prix for 2023. Right? Then who was on the second position here? Fernando Alonso. He drives for Aston Martin and he is from which country? Spain. Fernando Alonso. Correct? And France Pierre Gasly has finished. Pierre Gasly finished third in this position. Also for Max Verstappen, it is the 11th victory of 2023, right? And it is the 46th victory of his career. And also this marks the 9th consecutive F1 win for Red Bull. Correct. Next, the Dash National Sports Day Rashtriya Khel Divas was observed across India on 29th of August. Right? So on 12th, it was the 12th edition of the National Sports Day, that is your Rashtriya Khel Divas, observed on 29th of August. Right? And it was the birth anniversary of Major Dhyan Chand, who is the legendary Indian field hockey player who is regarded or who is also remembered as the greatest field hockey player in history. He was famously known by the term wizard or the magician of hockey. Correct? And 29th of August is observed as the 12th National Sports Day. First ever edition was observed when then? It was in the year 2012. Next, name the sport personality who was recently appointed as the brand ambassador of Century Mattress. She is PV Sindhu. Correct? She is a badminton player and she has been recently appointed as the brand ambassador of India's fastest growing mattress brand Century Mattresses. Next, in which Indian state 71st Miss World 2023 contest is set to be held? It is in Jammu and Kashmir, right? 71st Miss World contest is set to be held in Jammu and Kashmir later in 2023 with 140 countries participating in it. Right? The nation last played host to the occasion in 1996 and now in 2023 Jammu and Kashmir will be hosting the 71st Miss World 2023 contest. Next, which country has recently signed a memorandum of understanding with the government of India for an open sky policy? It is New Zealand, right? Memorandum of understanding between government of India and New Zealand was signed for open sky policy that will allow more flights between the two cities of these two countries. For example, from New Delhi, Bangalore, Mumbai, Chennai, Hyderabad, Kolkata, more flights will be going to the cities of New Zealand. Next, name the organization that recently signed an MOU with the National Institution for Transforming India, that is Niti Aayog, to speed up the efforts to achieve the Sustainable Development Goals. It is United Nations Development Program India, right? They recently signed an MOU with Niti Aayog to speed up the efforts to achieve Sustainable Development Goals. This MOU will be has been signed for a period of 5 years. Next, name the company that recently signed an MOU with Kenya Shipyards Limited for collaboration of ship design and building. It is your Goa Shipyards Limited. Correct? They signed this MOU with Kenya Shipyards Limited. It is for capacity building and collaboration in ship design and building. Then remember, during this meet, India and Kenya also discussed the capacity building in defense industry and equipment. Apart from this, India offered their assistance in setting up of a CT scan facility in Kenya. Correct? Next, Ministry of Heavy Industries extended the deadline of production linked incentive scheme for automobile and auto component industry till the fiscal year 27-28. I repeat, Union Minister Mahinder Nath Pandey, Minister of Heavy Industries, in review of the production linked incentive auto scheme, has announced the extension of the deadline of PLI scheme for automobile and auto component industry by another year. Earlier it was till 22-23 and now till from 22-23 till 26-27, and it has been extended by plus 1 year now till 27-28. Next, African countries agreed to adopt Kampala Ministerial Declaration on Migration, Environment and Climate Change to address the climate change and human mobility challenges in Africa. So it was the 48 African countries that has recently adopted Kampala Ministerial Declaration on Migration, Environment and Climate Change, and it is to address the climate change and human mobility challenges in Africa. Correct? The conference was co-hosted by whom? It was co-hosted by Kenya and Uganda. Right? Along with support from IOM, that is your International Organization for Migration, and United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change. So right option here is 48 countries. Next, name the bank that recently appointed by RBI to act as an authorized bank for pension disbursement for civil pensioners on behalf of Central Pension Accounting Officer. So now from the central government, the pension will be coming to which bank? To Bandhan Bank for these central pension, for these civil pensioners, right? And this will be on the behalf of Central Pension Accounting Office, that is an entity of Ministry of Finance. So right option, Bandhan Bank. Next, when was the National Small Industry Day observed across India? It is on 30th of August, right? This National Small Industry Day was observed across India, and it was to celebrate the invaluable contribution of the small scale industry in India towards the development of India and its growth. Thus, they also aim to promote small businesses nationwide and offer job opportunities to the unemployed for the betterment of their lives. So, right option is 30th of August 2023. Next, who has recently appointed as the MD and Chief Executive Officer of Dalmia Cement with effect from December 2023? So, Puneet Dalmia, right? Remember, Dalmia Cement announced that Puneet Dalmia will be taking over as the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer after Mahinder Singh's decade-long tenure comes to end on 8th of December 2023. And Dalmia has been associated with the Dalmia Bharat Group for the past 25 years. Next, which state government has recently signed an MOU with the Germany's Professional Association Football League Bundesliga to build a football team for players under the age of 14? It is Maharashtra, correct? Maharashtra government signed this MOU with Germany's Professional Association Football League Bundesliga, and it is to build a football team of players under the age of 14. It will help the young footballers to develop their skills and potentially compete at a high level.
In which among the following states or UT, the PLI, that is your Postal Life Insurance, has recently introduced a pilot program for direct incentive disbursement to recognize the role of its sales force? So remember, it is in Delhi. It is in Delhi and Uttarakhand. Both 2 and 3 is the right option here, right? In Delhi and Uttarakhand, that Delhi is your UT and Uttarakhand is your state, correct? So this PLI scheme has been recently introduced as a pilot project in these two areas, right? What is a pilot project? It is based on a trial basis, correct? And it is for direct incentive disbursement to recognize the role of their sales force, right? That is their sales people. Then remember, this initiative is their agents initiative program, under which the agents that are the salesperson commissions from the previous months directly transferred to their post office saving bank account, resulting in swift and secure transaction. I repeat, this is for their salesperson's team, and the commissions from the previous month's sales will be directly transferred to their post office saving bank account, resulting in swift and secure transaction. It was from Delhi and Uttarakhand. If asked about UT, then Delhi. If asked about state, then Uttarakhand. And in these two areas, it was launched on a pilot basis. This is your PLI scheme, that is your Postal Life Insurance scheme, which is for the direct disbursement of incentives into the bank account of these sales people. Next, which government office or department recently signed an MOU with 35 institutions across India for collaboration in standardization and conformity assessment? So remember, it is your BIS, that is Bureau of Indian Standards. They recently signed MOU with 35 institutions across India, and it was for collaboration in standardization and conformity assessment. The institutions included various NITs, government and private engineering colleges from different states, and this MOU will basically enhance the standard formulation activities in those institutions. So it was 35 institutions across India, along which government offices and department have signed this MOU for standardization and conformity assessment, right? And it was along with BIS. Next, Prime Minister of India Narendra Modi launched e-portal, that is Bharatiya Vastra Exam Shilpa Kosh, a repository of textile and crafts in Delhi. Which institute has recently developed the portal in collaboration with the Ministry of Textile? So remember, recently Prime Minister Narendra Modi launched this e-portal, that is Bharatiya Vastra Evam Shilpa Kosh. This is a repository of textile and crafts in Delhi, right? And the question asked here is that who developed this portal? This Bharatiya Vastra Evam Shilpa Kosh, this was developed by National Institute of fashion technology, that is your NIFT. Correct. This was launched during the 9th Handloom Day celebration that was held at Pragati Maidan in New Delhi. Right. This was presided over by the Prime Minister of India, Narendra Modi. Then next question can be asked is that this event was jointly hosted by whom? It was jointly hosted by Ministry of Small and Medium Enterprise along with Ministry of Textiles, right? And this event was attended over by more than 3000 weavers and artisans across India. So coming back, this Bharatiya Vastra Evam Shilpa Kosh, this was launched or developed by National Institute of Fashion Technology in collaboration with Ministry of Textiles, and this was jointly hosted by Ministry of Textiles along with Ministry of MSME. Then this was during the event that is the 9th Handloom Day, the event for which was held at Pragati Maidan in New Delhi, hosted or presided over by the Prime Minister of India. Next, which among the following points are correct with respect to World Trade Statistical Review 2023 that was released by World Trade Organization in August 2023? Among the option, we have to tell which among the following is correct. A. India ranked 10th among the leading exporters in the World Merchandise Trade 2022, while USA topped the leading exporters list in the World Merchandise Trade of 2023. So remember here, India, what is the rank of India? India ranked 18th, not 10th, among the leading exporters in the World Merchandise Export Trade. And if we talk about who topped here, it is not USA, actually it is China that has topped the leading exporters list in the World Merchandise Trade 2023. So China was on the top, followed by USA. China, USA and Germany was on the third position in the top 3 exporters in world merchandise trade. Then similarly, if we are talking about the top 3 countries in terms of importers in the world merchandise trade, it will be your USA, China and Germany. This is for importers and this is for exporters, right? So India is ranked in the exporter index here in the exporters list in the world merchandise trade is 18th. So option A is wrongly mentioned here. B. India is ranked 9th among the merchandise importers data, while the USA topped the importers list in the world in the merchandise trade 2023. So yes, option B is correctly mentioned here. Rank of India is 9 in terms of import and USA topped the importers world merchandise trade list. Then India is ranked globally 7th among the exporters and 9th among the importers in the world commercial services. Now if we are talking about world commercial services import and export, the rank of India was 7th in terms of exporters and 9th in terms of importers. So yes, option C is also correctly mentioned here. So this is the data that B and C is right here, but you have to remember the whole data in which index that we are talking about. If in merchandise or if we are talking about commercial, both you have to remember what is the rank of India and who topped here. Next, India pledged to support 700,000 US dollar from the India UNDP Fund to dash countries clean water initiative and community development in school project. So remember, India and UNDP recently started this fund and it was to help various countries. So under this fund only, remember, India has pledged 700,000 US dollar, correct, under this India UNDP fund. It was to fund the project in Tuvalu's, right? And it is a Pacific island nation, and this amount of money, this 700,000 US dollar will be used for the various development projects of water related to Tuvalu city, correct? So it can be your clean water initiatives, community development, then clean water projects in various schools or in various community halls, correct? So basically, in order to provide clean water to the people in the community of Tuvalu, this 700,000 US dollar was pledged by India from their India UNDP fund, correct? So right option is option 5 here. Next, which insurance company recently entered into a bancassurance tie-up with Standard Chartered Bank to sell health insurance product. It is your Star Health and Allied Insurance. They recently entered into a bansurance. What is bansurance? When an insurance company and a bank ties up together, where the insurance company will be selling their insurance product to the customers of the bank. That is your bansurance. Correct. So recently, which insurance company tied up with Standard Chartered Bank? That is your SCB Bank. It is your Star Health and Allied Insurance tied up with your SCB Bank under this bansurance. Next, SEBI has mandated FPIs, foreign portfolio investors, to place at least how much percent of their trade on corporate bonds through RFQ platform of stock exchanges. So SEBI has mandated to foreign portfolio investors that they should invest at least 10% of their trades in corporate bonds through the request for quote platform of stock exchanges with effect from 1st of October 2023. So at least 10% of their investment should be in the corporate bonds through the request for quote platform of stock exchange. Next, who has been recently appointed as the Prime Minister of Cambodia for 5-year term? He will be Hun Manet. Right? Cambodia's king Norodom Sihamoni has issued a royal decree appointing Hun Manet as the new Prime Minister of Cambodia, and he will be in this position for 5 years. Correct? Then remember, Hun Manet, he is the son of Hun Sen, the former Prime Minister of Cambodia and one of the Asia's longest serving Prime Minister. Hun Manet will succeed Hun Sen, his father, who has ruled for about 38 years. Correct? So Hun Manet has been appointed as the new Prime Minister of Cambodia for the next 5 years. Next, ACC has extended the tenure of Shrikant Madhav Vaidya, the chairman of Dash Company, for a period of 1 year, that is from September 1, 2023 till August 31st, 2024. So remember, Shrikant Madhav Vaidya, you should know by the name itself that he is the chairman of Indian Oil Corporation Limited. Right? So he is the chairman of IOCL, whose chairmanship or whose term has been extended by ACC for next 1 year, and this is from 1st of September 2023 till 31st of August 2024. Correct? And remember, Shrikant Madhav Vaidya, he took the charge of chairman of IOC on 1st of July in 2020. Correct? And he was superannuated from the service on 31st of August 2023, and now his term has been again extended from 1st of September till 31st of August for 1 year. Next, when was the Quit India Movement 2023 observed across India? So remember, it was 8th of August, right? We observe this day as the Quit India Movement. And this Quit India Movement, when was this launched? This was launched in 1942, that is on 8th of August 1942 it was launched. And remember, in 2023 it is the 81st anniversary of this Quit India Movement we will be observing. This movement is also known as by the name August Movement. Correct? And it was a mass civil disobedience campaign that was basically for demanding India's independence from the British rule. This Quit India Movement was the result of the failure of the Cripps mission that was in April 1942, and then on 8th of August Quit India Movement was launched. This was launched by which party? It was launched by Indian National Congress, and this was led by whom? It was led by Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi or Mahatma Gandhi ji. Correct? So remember, it is on 8th of August that we observe Quit India Movement. Next, which state's Road Transport Corporation has recently won Asia's Best Brand Employer Award under the organization with Innovative HR Practice category? It is Karnataka. Correct? I repeat, Karnataka State Road Transport Corporation. It has won Asia's Best Brand Employer Award under the category Organization with Innovative HR Practices. Right? This award was announced during the 14th edition of the 18th Brand Congress that was held on Tuesday, and it was presented on 18th of August, on 17th of August in Singapore. So it is your Karnataka State Road Transport Corporation that has won the Asia's Best Brand Employer Award under the Organization with Innovative HR Practices category. Next is for the change of name. Remember recently.
So these were your important current affairs for the day, friends. If you find this session interesting, all you have to do is like the video and comment below and let us know what are your views for the same. Doing this will motivate me to make better content for you in the long run. So that's all for the day. Thank you and have a nice day. That's all for the day, friends. I hope you enjoyed the session, and you can follow us on the YouTube channel, as well as apart from YouTube channel, you can go and follow us at AffairsCloud Telegram channel. And if you have any queries related to the content or the of courses offered to you or the payment which you did on the application, you can contact us on the number provided, that is 7677333862. Apart from this, friends, you can follow us on the Facebook as well as on Instagram handle, that is AffairsCloud_official. In the end, friends, if you use a code that is Vikas10, you will be getting an additional extra 10% discount by using this code Vikas10. Also, if you have any problem regarding the course purchase, any problem regarding to our application, you can contact us on the mobile number, that is 9677333862. And if you want to mail us, you can also mail us on support@affairscloud.com, and I assure you that our representative from us will be contacting you soon and resolving your issue.